Hello, I'm just going to set up a couple of quick things and then we'll get started. Alright. Hi everyone. So today is the second live stream that we're doing on Sunday, and the idea is we're going to set up for February. So it's the last day of January. We thought that was the perfect theme for today. Each week is going to be a different theme, and as an update, so we're going to be going live. I'm going to be here live on Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. EST. So that's there's going to be an event each week, and also I think it's in the bio if you want to check there if you forget the time or anything like that. So 10 a.m. EST. Right now it's the last, it's 12:30 right now, so it's the last one we're doing at 12:30. And this is what we're gonna make today. It's the miniature version of it. So I was experimenting last night and this morning with what we can do together, and I wanted something that you can follow along with if you're in the mood. And oh wow, there's someone named Ioana. So my name is Ioana, and I'm at Mistral Spirit. Thank you so much for all the love on the tapes, and hello to Mexico and Germany, Argentina. It's 10 p.m. where you are. Okay, so that's kind of good. Starting this Wednesday and also next Sunday, we're going to be doing Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. EST. And this is what we're making today. I'm going to flip the camera around shortly, and I've also set up a playlist. So since every week we're going to do a different theme, it won't always be a Q&A like we did last week. I thought that it would be really fun if we had some music going on in the background, and it would be kind of more of, I wouldn't talk the entire time. I would just kind of explain what I'm creating so that you can follow along. And I've put together a few different playlists, but I was curious what kind of music you like to listen to. If you need a few options, some things I was thinking of are like piano cinematic music, upbeat music. There was also like lo-fi, chill hop, I think that's how it's called, jazz music, jazz lounge, and chill pop. I think today I'm gonna go with upbeat pop, so we're gonna play that. So let me know in the comments what kind of music you like to listen to, and we'll do that for next time. So one other thing before I flip the camera around is I'm also starting a new bullet journal today. So this is my new bullet journal. For quite a while I've been using this one. It's the Moleskine Classic Expanded, so it's kind of thicker, which means it lasted me for a year and a half, and I'm close to the end. I have a few extra pages, but I always kind of leave a few empty pages at the end. Even if I haven't fully finished, I'll start a new one. So that's what I'm doing for today. And hello, hi everyone. Thanks for sharing where you're from too. I'm from Canada. I'm currently in Kingston, Ontario, but I'm from Toronto originally. And so this is my new notebook. It's a Leuchtturm 1917. I've decorated it with some washi tape stickers from the shop, and it's just it's like, I think it's 60 GSM. So the paper is a bit thinner. I personally really like when the paper is thinner for bullet journaling because I use it for like meeting notes and stuff like that, and I don't, even though thicker paper is better if you're doing crafts or bullet journaling that involves like watercolor, markers, things like that, I like it being thinner. So let me know in the comments what type of bullet journal or notebook you prefer. If you are a bullet journal or if you use a planner, do you like thicker paper or thinner paper? So, oh, quite a few people from Ontario as well, or Canada. That's cool. Scarborough. Hi, yes, hello. I'm reading the comments. Oh, and actually I was gonna put it on my computer so that I could follow along a little bit better. Oh my gosh, okay. It's a little bit delayed, so if I'm answering your comments or questions later, then that's why. Okay, so enough of seeing me. I'm gonna flip the camera around. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, if you want to follow along, feel free. If I go a little bit too fast, that's okay. You can watch and get some inspiration from the craft that I'm doing. But hopefully, it's not super complicated or anything like that. So hopefully you can follow along. And so you prefer thinner because you add a lot of scraps and stickers. Thicker is good for more coloring, thinner paper for stickers. Yeah, thicker paper, I find if I'm using it for bullet journaling, which gets pretty full, it just gets really thick, like the journal gets a bit bloated. But that's kind of nice too. I mean, this one sort of did in its own way. But the thinner paper makes it more practical to have such a thick notebook. So, yeah, so markers. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it around, and one thing I wanted to show you is my desk. I was planning out what we would do, and this is kind of the way that I plan out the spread. And I made a total mess, and I haven't cleaned it up because I figured it kind of looks, creative chaos. So I kind of like it. Scribble and dot, or scribbles that matter with thicker paper for juicy brush pens. Yes, juicy brush pens. I like that word. And okay, so let's flip it around. And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit this time. As you can see here, this is my desk right now. It's definitely very messy, and there's my bullet journal shelf over there. So there's a lot of stuff here, but we're gonna make do with this nice little area here. Someone said chaos is the way to go. You should have seen my desk yesterday. Yes, absolutely. I kind of like having a messy crafting desk. When I'm working or studying for school, because I'm a student, I'm graduating in a few months, I like having a clean and tidy desk, but for crafting, it's very inspiring. Okay, and a color palette for summer. Do you mean you're asking for a color palette for summer, or thinking to do one now? Okay, so I'm gonna play music. We'll see how this goes. I've made a few different playlists, and we're gonna go with the upbeat playlist today, upbeat pop. You probably won't recognize some of these songs because I can't actually play like real pop songs that are well known because of copyright on the live streams, which was interesting. So these are from a platform called Artlist, which is really good if you're a YouTuber or creator. And they're independent artists. There are some really great ones on here that I like. So let me know if you can hear the music. Can you hear that all right, or should I go louder? Can do that. And you follow from Egypt. Someone else likes their desk being messy. What do you recommend to use alcohol markers? That's a good question. I wonder if these are alcohol markers or not. I feel like they might be. I remember I do a lot of research on this stuff before I buy it, but I haven't bought markers in a while. You can't hear the music? How is this? A little louder? And someone said the view is limited. How about that? All right. So feel free, I'm reading the comments, so just let me know if you think the music is loud or if there's anything you'd like to ask. Just go ahead. And let's get started. Oh, Karen, markers are water-based. Okay, thank you so much. That makes sense, actually. Louder, louder. Thanks for replying. I bought the alcohol markers and they're expensive too. Okay. So this is what we're doing. And when I set up my bullet journal, I often have a habit tracker. In the past, one sec. So in the past, I've done something like this, and it's like, you know, a calendar setup. And since I'm a student, I would write down deadlines with dots on the day that they're due, and then I would have task boxes for what I had to do, like to prep. And then this was my habit tracker. I like to keep track of the time that I spend doing things. So currently I'm tracking like whether I read that day, my workouts. I'm just gonna turn down a little bit. And I keep track also like time I've spent on my thesis or undergrad research project, stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do here. If you use a calendar, feel free to set that up on your right-hand side of the page. And then on the left-hand side, we're gonna have this setup here. And I had a vote going on my Instagram page at Mistral Spirit to ask what the theme should be, and the two top voted ones were sunset and cabin, like log cabin in the woods. So I figured I would combine those two and do something like this. One thing, one like tip I want to share before I continue with the drawing is I was thinking really hard about how I would make it so that it doesn't look just like, you know, a very bright, colorful picture glued into my journal and then, you know, blank habit tracker on the right. And a really good technique for that is to create balance across your spread by using either similar colors or similar textures on both sides. And that sort of extends the design a little bit, even though, you know, I don't really want the sunset to be across the whole page. I feel like that would be too much. So what I'm gonna do is these colors that I'm using from the brush markers, I'm gonna use them on the top of the habit trackers so that there's a bit of balance there. And then I'm also gonna use the texture. So this cabin here, you'll notice it's very much like black and white. That's what I'm planning to do. And so I've got some washi tapes that are black and white and very, you know, very detailed. So one of them is, let me just grab one. So something like this, for example, I'm planning to use, since it sort of has this a similar texture of busyness and black and white as the cabin, and I'm going to extend it, so have some washi tape on here and then also on this page. So that's the idea that we're going to set up today. And if you have any questions, I haven't actually checked the question box. Okay, good. If you have any questions at all, just let me know, and I'll answer them every so often. And I'm gonna move this here. Okay. And if the comments interfere with the view, feel free to just like tap the comments. I find if you tap on somewhere on the top part of the comments, it actually, if you tap on the video, it'll shrink the comments a bit. And I think, great. So I've already done the sunset pattern. I think it could use a little bit more blending, so I'm gonna add a few more. I'm gonna go over a little bit more. I think this was that color. When you're doing a sunset like this, I personally have found that it works best when you go from dark to light, at least with the Karen brush markers. Because that way so if you go from dark to light, you put the dark color on, and then when you do the light color next, or the lighter color, you can overlay it a little bit on top of the dark, and I find that blends a lot better than when you're putting the light color on first and then the dark color on top, because that's a lot more just direct contrast. So All right, what color was this? So now I'm doing the opposite of what I just said, and you see there's a lot more contrast there. But when you go with a lighter color on top, I think it blends a lot better that way. And you can add a bit on top there too. Okay. And I've got to work my way down a little bit more. I think I might have mentioned this already, but I was gonna also say that we are doing live streams every week, and we're gonna start doing them on Sundays and Wednesdays. And instead of 12:30, we're gonna do 10 a.m. EST. So you're welcome to join in. Each time will be a different theme, and we'll let you know on Instagram stories what the theme is. So today we're just setting up February bullet journals. I think the paper that I've chosen can't really hold too much more marker, so I'm gonna probably stop after this. The reason I did it on paper is because my bullet journal is quite thin, the paper, so, and I really like that for what I use my bullet journal for. But if you're doing paintings in your bullet journal, and if it has thicker pages, then you can just go straight in the notebook. Hi everyone, I see there's a question. Where are the markers from? So these are Karen brush markers. It's K Brush Marker Pro. And here's the brand. All right, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for the backdrop. I quite like it. I think it blended nicely. And I'm gonna be writing February in white pen afterwards, but let's go on to do the cabin. So I've cut out a shape that'll go on like that. And then this is gonna be the snow on top. I'm gonna leave a bit of a gap because I kind of like how that looks. So we'll do a gap there. And I'm gonna start drawing the cabin, I suppose. Have you set up your February bullet journals yet? Let me know in the comments if you have a planner or a bullet journal or whatnot. So for this, can I zoom in a bit? Yes. Ooh. There's the topic. You can't hide comments. If you tap the drawing that I'm doing, like tap on the photo, the comments go down a little bit. It doesn't, it'd be nice if you could actually hide them better, but okay, I'm gonna use my example here. So just for more contrast against the sunset, I'm gonna outline this first. So I hope my head doesn't come in the frame. Gotta figure out a good angle. Happy New Year. This year's goals, learn this. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean, but Happy New Year. Do you guys have goals for the new year? Oh, that was close. It's hard to see. I'm wearing my stronger glasses so that I could make sure I can see past the camera, but it's still tough. If you wear glasses, you'll know what I mean. And you're gonna do it this evening after this workshop. Awesome. What themes are you guys doing? Is anyone planning on doing this theme? Or what kind of things are you gonna draw? If you draw or you use washi tape or... okay, so I wanted to do a door. I'm gonna sketch in a little bit what's gonna go here. So I noticed, I looked online for quite a lot of inspiration, both photos, paintings, and other bullet journal spreads. And I really liked the triangle cabin design because it's very simple to cut out and all that. And I found that the ones that have like this kind of inset, because technically you've got a roof here that's overhanging a little bit, they looked really nice. So that's what I'll do here. And then I'll make the doorway fairly big, like that. And then I wanted to have stone at the bottom. So we're gonna leave some space for the stone. 14th of February is your birthday. That's so cool. So Valentine's Day and birthday in one. I added on the vote on my account for what the theme should be that I don't actually like Valentine's Day very much. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I'm not a huge fan of celebrating it in any special way, which is why I wanted to do something more neutral. Neutral, I'm still using, pink and purple and stuff, but I didn't want to do it with just hearts and all that. Okay, I feel like that door looks a little too square, but let's see. Okay, I'll go up a little bit and that's it. And then there's gonna be a railing across here that I think, realistically, if there's a railing all the way across, you won't be able to get up. So there should be maybe an opening here. Should I do that? Yeah, that's not so bad. A tip if you're drawing stairs that are protruding like outwards directly on towards the camera is the top part of the stairs, so it'll be on an angle like that. But the top part of the stairs is a thin line, and then you leave room for the step. So that's the step. And then you've got the top part of the stairs, and then a step, and so on. So perfect. Let me know in the comments what type of music playlist I should make for next time. I would love to know any suggestions. And here, I'll just show that I answered this one. So these markers are from Karen. That's the brand. They're brush markers, and someone kindly shared that they are water-based, if that helps. And then, how long are each of the live streams supposed to last? So I was actually on TikTok earlier, so every Sunday and Wednesday, we're going to do TikTok at 9:30 a.m. where I get this started, so I actually started this over on TikTok. And then I go on Instagram at 10 a.m. And each time will be a different theme. So, can you do an Aquarius theme on your next tutorial? That's a good idea, actually. And how old are you? I'm 22. I'm a student at Queen's University, actually, and I have an Instagram page where I do bullet journal stuff, and I have a YouTube channel where I share studying strategies and organization strategies, and I also work with the Washi Tape Shop on various projects, so that's why I'm here. Please play lo-fi next time. you know what? I'll play lo-fi after this, because I think I'm gonna stay on until I finish this today. And so yeah, the live streams are half an hour normally, but I'm happy to stay a bit longer to finish this. And I also want to show you how I'm using the washi tape to combine the drawing with the habit tracker that'll be on the right hand side. Okay, so there's the door. And I mentioned that I want to have very many details. So I'm going to just start having fun with that and add the details. This pen, by the way, is Faber-Castell Eco Pigment. So it's India ink. And if you're creating illustrations or anything like that, it's always a good idea to look for pens with India ink because it's archival or waterproof. I'm not sure if it's necessarily archival. It should be. So it's waterproof, acid-free, and so on. And what that basically means is if I color on top of it or use watercolor, it won't smudge. So these are my favorite brands. Personally, Faber-Castell. There's also mild liners. Okay. So, should I use, oh, this one was the one I think. I really like this color. So I'm gonna use this for the door. And let's see if I can zoom in a bit. There you go. Okay. I'll add some more details afterwards with like wood grains and whatnot, but for now I'll leave it like that. And so there's the stair. I haven't really looked to see for a reference or anything, so it might not be perfectly proportionate, but that's okay. We're just having fun with some doodles. So I'm gonna do that technique I was sharing earlier. So there's a thinner line there, and then you're gonna go leave more room. So that's the step, and then draw a thinner line, and then the step. And then there's the last step. And I think I'll fill in the sides there. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Can you show us the pen again? Absolutely. So this is the Faber-Castell India ink pen. I've been using these for years, like literally 10 years or more. So over half of my life, and well, less than half of my life, I guess, but these are fantastic. They're India ink, so it won't smudge if you use watercolor or anything like that. I use them if I'm doing travel drawing, which I like to do with watercolors. If you're using markers on top, it's really good too. You missed the beginning of the live. No worries. I'm actually gonna save this video afterwards, and we might post it on YouTube or Instagram, so it's all good. Okay. What do you guys think of the music? I listen to music all the time. It really sets the mood. So I thought it would be fun if we had some music going. It's tricky to find music for live streams because you can't play copyrighted music. Well, you can't play pop music because of copyright laws, which makes sense because you're streaming it publicly. And so now I'm using a platform called Artlist. Is anyone following along, or are you watching? I'm curious if next time I should go slower, or if you like just kind of watching. So there's the railing. I'm gonna zoom out a bit so you can see more. And then we'll draw the ends. And so this will go on top of here, like that. The music is energetic. Awesome. I'm glad. So it's kind of upbeat pop style. I've really changed what I use my bullet journal for over the years. It started out in just a plain lined notebook, and there weren't any doodles or anything like that, except maybe in class if I wanted to doodle while listening to a lecture or something like that, or in free time. But it was pretty much just a to-do list of things. And then I started making it a bit more artistic in high school when I had more time. And that's really fun. And now that I'm in university, I use an app called Todoist for my task management instead. Although I've played around with different things. So in first year, I used to have a calendar where I would write down the deadlines on the day that they were due, and it worked really well for me. Now I just have a lot of different projects that it makes it easier to have it digital instead. So, and the cover page I've changed over time. I used to do the calendar, and now I just do the habit trackers, which you'll see. Okay, so next I wanted to have this. How do you guys use your bullet journal? I'm very curious. Who here uses it to draw and be artistic and be creative? Who uses it, quite simply with the functional spreads in it? What sort of components do you have? Maybe we can inspire each other a little bit too if there are some good ideas or good techniques. And if you're just starting a bullet journal, it doesn't need to start perfect. You're gonna gradually adapt your system, change it, so it's perfectly normal. Yes, thank you. My tea, this is actually coffee, and that's a good point. It's iced coffee now. Okay, let's just erase the pencil lines. And I think I'm gonna do the rest once I've stuck it on. Someone in the TikTok live stream suggested having snow on here, which I really liked. So I'm gonna just draw that. So that'll be kind of like that. Does that look like snow? So let's see what everyone says. Mostly as a planner, very simple spreads, and I track my mood. That's cool. I've seen some really cool mood trackers, and there are some things that are just more fun or also easier based on where you are when you usually want to fill them in, that are easier to do in bullet journal on analog rather than digital. Someone says, I'm not regular at all in a bullet journal, and I use it to calm my mind. I'm actually not super regular either. I wouldn't say so. I don't have a to-do list for every single day, for example. I use it a lot more. Oh, that looks so cool. I use it a lot more for if I'm, in a meeting setting that's in person, or if I'm, I need to write something down really quick. It's sometimes hard to pull up the online page where I keep track of things, so I just scribble them in my bullet journal. Same with to-do lists. If I'm just keeping, I want to prioritize or something like that, I'll do it there. So, someone earlier said that we should do some lo-fi, so let's do that playlist next. Let me know what you guys think of this. Okay. So there's the snow, and we've got to write February now. You know what? I'm going to start gluing it into my journal because I wanted the February to extend outward and for it to be white only when it's on the colored background, and when it's in the journal to be black. So that kind of goes beyond the drawing. Someone else says, I write less and draw the mood and decorate throughout. That's cool. I really like some of the scrapbooking type of journals where people write down like memories or things like that. And they decorate with photos. So this will be like that. I think I want to trim off a bit of the end. So let's do that. Hopefully I can make this straight. We'll do here as well. My biggest tip also, I don't know if I shared this earlier, but for setting up your bullet journal for February, if you want to go the artistic route, which you by no means have to, just if you want to get crafty, the first thing that I do is choose the color scheme. It makes all the difference. Oops, sorry for that. I have a pole right here because I'm propping my phone on a shelf. So it's a little, I have to dodge it a little. Okay, perfect. And then this will be on here. Cool. I like that. It's not often that I like it on the first try, but okay, let's talk white pens. I have 3, and I'll tell you a bit about each. So this one is the Jelly Roll Sakura pen. It's 08, and it's a little, so it's thinner, it's good for details, but it's not as opaque. This one is a lot more opaque. It's also a gel pen. It's by Uniball. So Uniball Signo. And I don't know. Oh, it's 1.0 millimeters. So because it's thicker, it'll obviously be a bit more opaque because it lets out more ink. And then this one is Uni Posca, white. Bullet shaped, 1.3 millimeters. I wonder if I tap, it'll focus. No. And this one's actually more of a marker. So I'll use this after I've written out just the outline, if I want to go a little darker. But I find this one is the least opaque, really. So this is the most opaque, so I'll go with that. Can you guys hear the music? Oh no, I didn't scroll down. I haven't seen. some of the other messages. So I track my mood, gratitude, tasks, events, anything school or work related. I really like the idea of tracking gratitude. So having some questions or prompts that you answer regularly, I think that's really cool. Will you please post the live on your account? I've just joined and couldn't see it from the start. Yeah, so, I'm totally open to any of your feedback. If you guys want to see the live posted afterwards, I'm happy to. Okay. So, can you see what I'm doing? Yes. So it won't be perfectly opaque the first time. But I'm gonna go over it. Okay, how's that? I think I shifted it a bit over when I did that. Notice it's kind of picking up a bit of the blue, so I'm just gonna grab a little piece of paper. Okay, I have to say, whoever suggested lo-fi music, great idea. It's a lot, I think it's quite a bit more fitting. And also I'm finding it a bit challenging to talk while I'm drawing, so it encourages me to go a bit slower anyways. Another thing I was considering here was doing it with cutting out the word February, but I've done that a couple times and it's tedious. Why not use paint and brush? That is an excellent question, and I actually don't have anything besides watercolor here with me because I'm on campus at my university, so I just didn't bring along all my acrylics or anything like that. So I have been really eager to try gouache though. I've seen so many amazing artists using gouache acrylic, and I like the opaqueness. I'm normally a huge fan of watercolor because of its more transparent colors, but gouache looks really nice. Okay, so there we go. I'll have to go over that a bit to make it more opaque. And someone asked, do you journal every day or weekly, or is it whenever you like? I want to start, but I feel I won't be able to keep up to an everyday routine. So I do not journal every day, and I actually don't set up a weekly spread or anything like that. I use my bullet journal primarily to keep track of the time I spend on various things, so like a habit tracker here. I don't normally set up a February cover, but I'm doing that with you guys just for fun because I'm getting crafty, and normally I only set up this side of the page. I can get an example out to show you. So this is what I used to do. This was May of last year, and I use washi tape because it's a really, it's a fun thing to do every month, to get crafty a little bit, use washi tape to add color, and, keep things fairly simple otherwise. But I recently started only keeping track of my habits. So like this. And that's also with washi tape. And so what I'm going to do is fairly similar. I'm just drawing this part for the left side, but I'm going to create balance with the rest of the page by using washi tape to extend the cover to the right side, so it's a little more balanced. And otherwise, with journaling, I have kind of daily spreads set up where I write down my to-dos. Currently, I keep that online on an app, but I still use it if I'm, for example, in class or if I'm in a meeting and I don't want to pull out my phone to write down my to-dos. I'll write them down in my bullet journal. And otherwise, I keep meeting notes as well. So if I'm in a meeting, I'll write it down in my bullet journal. So with these markers, they're, those, whoops, like that. And you have to kind of shake it and then press down to get the ink to come out. So I'm going to see if this hopefully makes the ink look a little bit darker. Ooh. Okay. Again, I didn't choose the thickest paper, so it's kind of starting to scratch a little bit. So I don't, I want to go light and I don't want to overdo this part, but I do want to make it thicker. So which colors are you using? Can you please tell me? Yes, so these are the ones on the left-hand side. They're brush markers, and then now I'm using white on top. And I just wanted to ask, Study with Chow says, just wanted to ask how you manage your time, studies, and journalism. So I like to get crafty and make art on my Instagram page, but I also have a blog and a YouTube channel where that's actually my focus, organization strategies and systems. So if you want to check that out, I find that being organized and just kind of developing a system for it is what really helps me stay on top of things. And it's not necessarily about having a right system. I share my systems on YouTube, but it's about finding one that works based on what type of thing you do and what motivates you. So, could you spray a sealer on the watercolors before the lettering to prevent the marker picking up the color? That's a good idea. When I used to do more like pastel art, I used a sealer, but it was one of those, like, it didn't exactly, I don't know, it was still, you could still kind of pick up some of the pastel. I'm not sure, I'm not too familiar with the different kinds of sealers that you can use, but yeah, it probably would help. I think in the future I can bring some more, oh gosh, I'm a little bit behind. I can bring some more stationery and particularly paints so that there's more, I'm using better mediums, I suppose. But at the same time, one thing when I first started bullet journaling was I didn't have supplies. So I was, I think, 14 when I started. And I just had plain markers, nothing super fancy. And it looked great. So I think it's all about using whatever you have handy. So I suppose that's what I'm trying to show here as well. Okay, let's see. What's your YouTube name? It's right here. So Mistral Spirit on the sticker. And for Wednesday, so I'm gonna be back here Wednesday doing a different craft. And I'm thinking to do either like a mood board or Valentine's Day cards maybe. What do you think? Also, I'm excited to get to the washi tape because I've picked out some good ones for this. But I was just gonna mention, have you guys seen the stamps? Who here has had a chance to see the stamps? Leave a comment. There's a video this morning about them, and I am just so excited. They look fantastic. So they're, whoa, that is different. Oops. You can definitely bullet journal with a Pilot pen and some Crayola markers. Yes, absolutely. I very much agree. You don't need any crazy tools. You can also bullet journal, you know, if it takes you a long time or a short time. You can take your time like I'm doing now, or you can use stickers even, and it's a bit faster, but you can still be creative with it. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop there with the white because I don't wanna stress the paper out too much. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on. And there's a couple questions. What are you drawing here? So this is the title. We're doing a February bullet journal setup, and this is the little miniature that I made beforehand just to show you what it is. And then, do you have trouble with your white pens drying out? I've had used the Uniball and have had problems. I guess that's this one. I haven't actually had this one dry out yet. The other one dried out quite a bit. My desk is a bit of a mess. I'm like lifting my coffee cup if it's under there. This one is not, I find the ink doesn't come out so easily out of it. Oh no. Okay, we'll let that dry. And that's it. So I'm just gonna use some regular glue here. To stick this on. Is that centered? Yeah, I think so. All right. So there we go. And then the my hands are getting a little bit messy now. So here's the triangle piece. As you can tell, I'm not the cleanest crafter. I don't mind things getting on my hands, personally. Oh wow, look at that one. Okay. And then this, just want to line it up with the top there. Perfect. And I'll use my pinkies because I bet that there's no ink on those. I hope. Perfect. Okay, this is really cool. I wonder if I can touch that up a little. Ah, look at that. No mistake that can't be adjusted a little. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to make the white stand out a bit, but. And then I have no clue where my little snow thing went. I had a little piece for the windowsill, so maybe I'll just cut out a new one. I kind of knew that would happen. I was wondering if I would lose it because it's such a little piece. So we'll do that again here. Like that. Oops. I can use this. And then yet again, I'm gonna put it on the other side, so I'll add some glue onto this side. Hello, thanks for saying hi. Now my fingers are too sticky to touch the phone. Look at all these challenges. Okay, so we've got snow. That's very cool. And I also want to add with black marker the windows. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think so. I just realized maybe that's a clumsy thing to flip it that way. Okay, there we go. That's quite cute. And we're gonna do the stones next. So on here, so for these ones, I'll zoom in just a little bit to show you how that works. So I'm gonna do every so often just a regular circle and then little things going in like wonky shapes. So it'll look like stone at the end. So if you can see. So who here is setting up their bullet journal tonight or today or even right now? Are you guys doing any kind of a spread or anything like that? And then I'll zoom out so you can see more. you are now setting up now that you're fully motivated. Awesome. I find it's a fun thing. I most definitely do not spend this much time setting up every month, but it's a very, like, this is genuinely one of the ways that I relax and just kind of get a different set of brain muscles working. I'm a student, so I'm studying commerce. I have readings, I've got quite a few math courses this semester to do, and getting crafty every once in a while is so nice. I might end up actually opening it tonight and set up a simple spread, feeling inspired. I'm so glad to hear that. I think this is one of the coolest communities. There's just so much inspiration going around everywhere. There we go. Oh, I really like that. Gosh. I'm a big fan of like black and white type of drawings. So. And then, let's see. I think I'll just do a bit of stripes on the door. Kind of like the wood. And then I'm gonna do stripes going, should I do that? Yes, I think so. I'll do stripes going up and down, but I'm gonna start here. I am completing my sleep tracker. Good. I hope it's full of many hours. Sleep is so important. So yeah, I'm thinking right now about those stamps. I used to be really into, has anyone heard of Catherine Pooler from Stamp? She, I think she worked with Stampin' Up! When I was like 14, 12 or so. I used to watch her videos all the time, and I really loved her like card making. I thought it was so cool, and I think it's really cool that the Washi Tape Shop is coming out with some stamps as well. That's the latest post. Black and white drawings are seriously the best. Yeah, I agree. I really like black and white and very intricate drawings. I came across a new word recently called maximalist, and that's how I would describe my style, I think. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm adding a lot of details. Someone asked, what marker did you use to write the February word? So that's a white gel pen. I showed 3 different ones. There's these 2, and I used this one here, which is a Uniball Signo. So Uniball, and this one's also by Uniball. It's a marker though, it's Uni Posca, whereas these 2 are gel pens. This one is Sarasa Jelly Roll. If you look online, there are quite a few websites that tell you like where you can get white markers from. And yeah, just to go back to stamping, I used to carve stamps out of rubber erasers with these like you can also carve it out of linoleum, which is kind of a rubber. And I find stamps to be really cool because you can kind of draw, you know, if you carve them yourself, you can draw something once and then replicate it multiple times. But you can also, it gives you this kind of look, you know, the black and white. And it's really cool to be able to do that with other people's artwork as well. Someone started playing around with calligraphy, having lots of fun with it. That's something I really want to try soon as well. I actually don't know how to do calligraphy. Like I write in cursive, but I use the faux calligraphy method where I just darken the brush, the downstrokes a bit. So, I think, shall I do cross? I think this is all I'm gonna do once I'm done here. And then I'm gonna move on to the right-hand side. Maximalist and Goblin Core are my aesthetics. Oh my goodness, I've never heard of Goblin Core, but that sounds really cool. Okay. So, that's it. I'm gonna glue this in. Actually, no. I'm gonna use some washi tape first in the background. And let me just move some things out of the way so that you can see what's next. So let's first get these things here. So I said earlier that one of the techniques for making your left, you know, if you do a very colorful left-hand side, making it look balanced with the right-hand side is either having shared colors or shared textures across the pages. So I'm going to use colors here as the headers for my habit trackers. And I think I'll just go by the sunset colors pretty much. I'll do a blue. And I think I should put a paper down here because I'm using very, you know, thin paper. Thin paper notebook. I really like those better than thicker ones. So I'll do that. It's your birthday month. That's cool. Is February your favorite month in that case? We are about to leave my birthday month. It's January. Can you show us the pens again? Yes, absolutely. Sorry, are you talking about the white pens or the brush pens? Is it... Yeah. Should I show you the white pens or the brush pens? I can show you both. So these ones, the brush pens are the Karen brush markers, and they're water-based. And then the white pens are these three brush pens. Okay. So these are the white pens. These two are Gel by Uniball and Sakura, and this one's a marker by Uniball. And yeah, these are brush markers. So Karen brush pens, or brush markers actually. All right, so you see what I mean? It kind of, extends the drawing a little bit so it looks like all part of one, you know, design. And then for the, I'm gonna use washi tape to also extend it further with the texture. So I've drawn this with a very maximalist black and white texture. And so I'm gonna use some black and white washi tape as well as some sunset looking washi tape. I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna use this one or this one. These are from a washi tape set that's called Afterglow, if you want to look that up on the shop. So it's from Afterglow set. So I really am leaning towards this one. Also, this kind of gives a different vibe. This one's by Torin Marie Art. She's the artist that designed this one, and it's the Mexico tape from her series where each one was a country. I'm just gonna go back and play the playlist. The butterflies look weird on a winter theme, but I live in Canada. I also live in Canada, and oh yeah, this one's the butterflies. I agree. I kind of wanted this to be more wintry, so let's see if I can find... I don't think the green quite works because I'm using more blue, less green. Let's see. Then there's also this one, which I quite like the clouds on this one. But again, it's not quite with the green. So I'm gonna go find something that's more purple. How about this one? Okay, so far I'm leaning towards these two. Not the green? Yeah, I think I agree. So right now I'm building my color scheme with washi tape, which I love to do, and I find that's a really good way to start usually. So I'm building that out. I'm just gonna answer a couple more questions here. Which brand are your markers? So these are Karen Brush Marker Pro. That's the brand. Okay, I'm gonna take my phone, and bring you along to choose the colors. So we're gonna go for something that's blue and purplish. So I really like that one so far. There's also, this one's a little bit blue and purplish. Maybe this one here. That's actually quite cool. In my mind, they look like rainbow. Does this work? No. Ooh. Okay, this one seems to work. Let me know what you guys think. It's got a bit orange. You think the Van Gogh one? That's this one. So of these, I'm gonna see if I can find a couple more. As you can see, my desk is quite messy. So here are some more designs. Something purple. Maybe here. I don't really see too much purple here, so let's do the next one. Yes, quite the stash. Lots of washi tapes. I'm part of the Washi Tape Shop team, so I help with quite a few projects, which is why I have a lot of different washi tapes. I don't see anything purple here. Maybe this one, but I agree. Yeah. I want it to be more of like a winter theme, so I'm gonna go with these ones here. So Van Gogh one, Starry Night. I'm hearing a lot of Starry Night, so let's go with that one. And then with the black and white, actually I'm gonna share one more. And that's this one, so it could be one of these two. So between these two, which one do you guys think will work best? I'm gonna choose one that is black and white and one that's purple. So the left or the right cursive? Let me know in the comments. Can you order if you live in Uzbekistan or Central Asia? Yes, so we ship to most countries. Just send a DM to the Washi Tape Shop team on Instagram, and we will answer that just to confirm if you want. So left, I'm hearing a lot of left, a couple of rights. So I'm gonna go with left for this one. And then between these three, so we've got left, middle, or right, and you can see the spread underneath there. Left, middle, or right. Left, middle, right. Here, I'll keep it in that order. Middle. Okay, I'm gonna take a look and just kind of set them on top of each other. I like to do that. So these two together, I think this one has a bit of, doesn't really have much orange in it, which is still cool. I guess it's more dark. Then this one is the middle one. Honestly, I'm leaning towards this one because of this sun over here. I think we need a sun somewhere, but I really think this one's nice too. So I think, you know what, I can probably use a combination, but I'll start with this one here, and I'll lay that, oops, I dropped a washi tape. Van Gogh or Beluga. Okay. So I'm gonna go with this here. Oops, it's too much on my desk right now. Someone said cut out flowers from fish line. From fish line, where's that? Oh, that is a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll cut out 2 of them as kind of stickers. I haven't actually checked to see if I have any purplish stickers, but yeah, my fingers are quite sticky and painted. And I think we're gonna go until 2, so I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes. What are your Sunday plans? I'm gonna be going grocery shopping after this. What are you guys up to? Thank you so much for the suggestion. to cut this out. I think that'll look very cool. If you could see me right now, it's really funny. I'm peeking over around my phone. That's kind of the thing you don't think about, I suppose. But I'm in a little bit of an awkward position. Homework, it's almost 8 p.m., so I'm watching a lecture. I hope you don't mean that this is a lecture. But if you're watching a lecture and getting crafty too, I relate. I love doing that, especially for late night lectures. Last semester I had one on Mondays at 8 p.m. as well, I think, or it was a 3-hour lecture, and I did like doing crafts, especially if there's not much discussion. Grading papers. Hopefully no one here is giving the lecture. Okay. That is so cool. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm just gonna scroll up and see. Where do you live? I'm in Kingston, Ontario, because I'm studying at university in my last year, but I'm from Toronto, Canada. And someone else is grocery shopping after this. That's awesome. Me too. And someone is at work going through data sheets. That sounds interesting. So yes, Terry Behrens, thank you for the suggestion. So here's a flower that's cut out, and then I really want to glue this down, so I think, let's zoom out a bit. Little plant, it's in the way. Queens in Ontario. I've gotten a few people ask me on my Instagram if I'm at Queens. There's one in the US and also one in the UK, so I'm Queens in Ontario, Canada. Okay. So I'm just figuring out the wish I could journal, but I've lost my creativity. How do you know what to do? So I planned this out last night to figure out what design we would be doing. But one thing that helps me normally, I wanted to have something creative to do with you guys, but normally I actually really like doing ones that I've seen online. So that's the best place to start, get inspiration from either someone else's work or just a piece of art. Can you suggest me some scrapbook ideas for my best friend's birthday, please? Scrapbook ideas as in spread ideas? I'm actually thinking of doing a mood board spread on Wednesday. So we might do that together. But printing out pictures is always a good bet. And what are your favorite hobbies? I like to read. We actually have a book club going on my page at Mistral Spirit if you want to check that out. And I really love working with the Washi Tape Shop to create stuff like this. So that. Are you saving this live and posting it anywhere? What do you think? Should we? I'm open to whatever you guys think. Okay, so now that we've gotten some of that text there, I'm going to also bring it here. Loving the colors here, thank you. Choosing your color scheme is the first thing to do. It's very helpful because I think it pulls your spread together when you do. So, wow, that's so cool. Let's maybe bring in so I kind of lay things out a little bit. Yes, please, I would watch it again. I gotta leave. Oh, no worries. Yes, so I think we can post it in that case. It's the second time that we're doing a live stream. We're gonna do every Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. EST. So that's Toronto time. I'm in Toronto time. And definitely happy to post it, maybe on YouTube because it's a little bit longer. Oh no, I'm gonna cover up the sun that way. See, one thing that I kind of wish I had done, because I put the black and white tape underneath, and I think the key is to keep the patterning the same. So I'm going to use the best thing about washi tape to my advantage here. And actually put it a little higher up. So here is, yes, put it under, I agree. Or are you saying what I'm doing? I'm gonna put the black and white underneath this one. Unless you mean the exact opposite. But that's okay. So there we go. And then we're gonna unroll this again. It's a little wrinkled. Oh, it's definitely not straight. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. I think I can fix it being not straight by just adding some elements kind of here. So the title is right here. We're doing February bullet journal setup. So I'm just kind of adding the finishing touches with washi tape, which I think ties it together a little bit with the drawing on the left and the habit trackers on the right. I absolutely love the fact that with washi tape you can kind of add some more detailed drawings if you don't have time or if you want to try someone else's artwork. And it's also very easy to work with because you can unstick it or restick it and so on. Okay, let's see if I can do this straight. That's better. Cool. And then my question is, should I do any more purple anywhere? The flowers at the top right, like this. So I can do it there, here, here. I think there needs to be a little bit of purple here. I'm leaning towards, okay, that would be cool. What kind of paper is it? Like sometimes my washi tears up when I'm taking off the paper. Yes, so the paper matters quite a bit if you're using washi tape and you're planning to peel it back off. Right now I'm using a Leuchtturm notebook, And I think I've noticed the key is for the paper not to be very grainy. So this is quite smooth paper, and I think that makes a difference. Maybe cut out of beluga or something small. This is the beluga washi tape. Don't want to use the same thing again there. But the clouds, Okay, I'm just gonna check and see if I can grab a couple of stickers. So here are some stickers. This is the Hig washi tape set, or Hig. These are some of the 13 washi tape design contest ones. And I think this is cool because it'll make it look a bit more wintry, and it's also blue. And then here, I don't think this one goes too well. Cut out mountains or clouds. Yes, so I think I'll do that then. Cut out beluga. And let's just see if any of these work. Not so much. Okay. So we'll do, I think I'm gonna do this part here. The little paper clip could clip your drawing down to the page. Ooh, I like that. Where'd it go? Oh. That's actually super cool. And you know what? I think also a bit of this blue can go underneath. Maybe from here. You know what? Let's try that. I'm gonna cut it lengthwise. And then rip it on this side. Should this go on top maybe? Or underneath? Okay, that's cool. I like that. And then this part will go like that. And there we go. So I'll glue that in, and then I'll add the paper clip. And the other thing I was going to also do was extend the cursive with a black pen. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the suggestions too. Oh, you guys said on top. Sorry, I didn't see that. I kind of have to scroll sometimes, but... How's that? Kind of makes it pop off the page. Okay, and such a smart idea, the extending ties in with the script tape. That's so true, I didn't think about it that way actually, but it does, yeah. So then, paperclip is next. Thank you for the suggestion. Which one though? This one or this one? That's the question. Ooh, I kind of like the pins, but they would have to kind of be on it, I think. I think I'm leaning towards this actually. If I can peel it off. Oh no, that's... One sec. Oh, there we go. It's tricky to see. So. Thinking of putting it here, but it'll probably need to be stuck down a bit better. And you know what, I'm gonna use a paper clip too. Okay, that's very cool. That's a good idea. Question, where was the journal book from? So it's a Loic term. Oh, my computer's not really updating it. So it's a Loic term notebook. I just like thinner paper, that's why. And yeah. Okay, so the last thing I was cutting out this here. Oh, thanks for sharing the spelling. Oh, this is cool. That's very cool. That was a good suggestion as well. I quite like how collaborative it is. And if you want to do this spread as well, you totally can. I'll save the live so you can follow along later if you want. Okay, so I'll stick this down as well. This is from a similar washi tape that I just cut out. So put that there. And then I need something down here. That could be kind of cool. Maybe one of these grid ones. What color should go down here? That's my question. Because it could be more of this. Maybe it'll make it a bit busy, but it could also balance out a bit. So black and white it could be, or it could be something pink. Oh yes, the snow sticker. Thanks for the reminder. And let me know what color might go here. I kind of think maybe some pink because all of the washi tape has been very blue up until now. Let me know if you have preferences for where the snow sticker should go. This is cute. Kind of a bit out of the... So pink, mostly, the Go one. I'm trying to open the messages. Missing a bit of pink and red, yeah. Maybe this can go here. Or down here. I think that's cool. You can write a quote in the empty space. Ooh. And maybe like on a sticky note. So that it, you know, covers up a little bit here. Line of snow stickers in that gap. I think that would be cool too. Snow stickers, a quote, pink, under the FE. Here. That's cool. Or here, yeah. Actually, I like that. I'm gonna go with maybe the more blue one. Maybe I should put it lower. I think I'm gonna take this off actually. I kind of like the way that this looks with nothing on it, and then more decorations on this side. So let's go with that. And then something pinkish. We said that was too much green. This one is quite pink. I can also do a sticky note like this. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And then have the quote on here. And then maybe I'll extend this outwards a bit. But I'll do... this one here. You can add stars around February using a white marker. Oh, I like that. We'll do that. Okay. I'm gonna cut off the bottom part so it's just the clouds. And then also cut off a bit of the top part so that it's thinner. Quite straight here. Okay. Electricity poles, I really love them. Yeah, an artist designed this one. It's called Afterglow, the washi tape set. All right. I think that adds a nice bit of pink there. Maybe it could use something... Yeah, careful with the sun. I don't want to cover it up. And then let's do some... stars. Just a few. And I need a quote to put here, but maybe I can just do like a word. Can you shift the sticky note a bit on the right? Could also be like that. Like this. I think it's nice with a little margin here so that it's slightly off center. What do you think of that? And then we've got oh, that's cool. This can be kind of the ground. I can peel it off. I think my playlist ended. That's very cute. It adds a bit of sparkle to the bottom as well, which I really like. Okay, and bottom most right. You're saying to put it here? That's actually quite cool. It adds a bit of, it covers a little bit more of the tape, I think. But it's a little bit swallowed up by the tape too. One more star by February. Kind of like here. Right in the middle. Okay. So I think that's it. I'm going to write on top of this, based on what my habits are for the month. And I think here, what's a nice, I'll go with this one, but it's a sticky note, so I can swap it out. It's February. I mentioned earlier I'm not a huge fan of Valentine's Day for no particular reason, but this is what I can think of. I really like the effect of the white pen. So, okay. So there you have it. There's a February setup. I'm gonna see if there are any other questions. Can you do a vintage themed washi tape page? Yes. So I'm gonna write a couple things down here. I've got this this pen, by the way, from the Washi Tape Shop, and I filled it with brown ink, which I am so obsessed with. So vintage themed spread. I'm going to be back here on Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. EST. And this one was a little bit longer than I thought, just because I really took my time setting up the spread. But I'm aiming to maybe do half an hour to an hour and do something that we can actually do together. So any suggestions, just shoot us a message. And if anyone can translate, there are a couple questions there that I don't understand. And if you're able to translate that to English, that would be amazing. So there's an idea. I like that quote. You're born to be real, not perfect. So I think, I'll probably swap this quote at the bottom here. When I take a photo of it. Hello. Okay. So that's the spread for February. I've really, gone ham with the colors and all of that. Normally, actually, what I do is just this part. I don't usually do a February cover or anything like that. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really wasn't expecting it to. Last night I was trying to figure out how I could combine the two most voted options, which were Cabin in the Woods and Sunset over on my Instagram page. That's what people voted for, so I wanted to combine those in some way, and that's how it ended up. I quite like it, and a couple of tips if you're setting up your February spread or if you want to get creative as well. The first one that I shared was having balance across the pages. If you're doing some kind of a dramatic, impact drawing on one side, the way that you can bring it over to the other side is using the same colors or the same textures. So you'll notice that these markers I used up at the top are the same colors that I used in here. And then the washi tape that I chose strategically was this black and white washi tape. And the reason for that is that it goes really well in terms of texture with the cabin here. So that's a tip when you're trying to make it flow a little bit more. And another tip is to choose your color scheme first. If you choose a good color scheme, it'll make your spread. So it'll make it, look a little bit more coherent. So I chose my color scheme like this last night, and I just kind of laid out my markers in front. Can you show your Instagram again? Yes, my Instagram is Mistral Spirit. I think it'll be flipped around on here. Will it be? Yes. Mistral Spirit. My name is Ioana. I work with the Washi Tape Shop team. I'm part of their team working on some projects here and there, and I'm also a student. So a lot of the stuff that I create, aside from being occasionally creative when I have the time, I do a lot of organization strategies. So if you're looking for stuff like that, and again, I would love to hear what you think. If you have any suggestions or anything, I'm going to be here on Sundays and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. EST every single week doing a different theme. So it'll be announced on stories. And thank you so much for all of the support with the spread. Someone else said a light academia theme. That's a very good idea. I want to do something with academia, also given that these tapes came out recently, which are very cool. And where am I from? I'm from Toronto, Canada, but I'm currently on campus right now. And so yes, where am I from? Then how old am I? I'm 22. Can you make a light academia spread? Yes, I'm gonna write these suggestions down. And if anyone can translate a couple of the other questions, that would be amazing. So yeah, if you want some inspiration, this is a spread idea for February that's a little more, neutral, a little bit less lovey, I suppose, except for this word here. Love your color scheme. Can you do the next with yellow? Ooh, I have been loving yellow lately. Where did my pen go? So yellow and light academia. And how did I start to draw? I started kind of in grade 1 drawing. I've done several visual arts camps in the past here in Canada, and I did some volunteering there back in elementary school and high school when we had to get volunteer hours. That's how school works for us. We, you have to kind of fill in your volunteer hours, and I did a lot of stuff with arts and crafts there. And now, I do it when I have time. Bullet journaling is a fun way to do that. but my bullet journal is really quite, aside from this cover page, it's quite messy. I'm starting a new one, so it's brand new. It's gonna escape from me. This is a brand new notebook. Normally, up until now, for about a year and a half, I've been doing it in this one right here, which is a lot thicker. And I keep like meeting notes in here, all kinds of stuff. It looks like this. This is my to-do list, but I do a lot of my to-do lists online now as well. So it's kind of occasionally I use that. And then meeting notes are sort of like this. So very, very functional really, but also creative, which is fun to do. All right. If there are no more questions, I'm gonna see you again on Wednesday. And good luck for anyone who has exams. I see someone has exams right now. I know a couple of other people do too. And thank you for the support. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next on Wednesday at 10 a.m. EST. We'll let you know what the theme is then as well. See you later. My name is Ioana, and it was really fun to draw with you. And my Instagram link here is Mistral Spirit, but you'll see it on stories as well. I don't know if that, it'll kind of go through. All right, see you, have a great Sunday. I'm off to do grocery shopping.